Welcome to Comically. My name is Lee, and I'm going to be telling you all about what's happening in the MCU from phase 1 till phase 5 that we are in currently right now, okay? 8 minutes, let the countdown begin. But before that, please make sure you subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon for more information, alright? Okay, phase 1 starts off in 2008 when Iron Man first hit the big screen with RDJ completely owning the character because there's nobody else who could play Iron Man apart from him, right? We can all agree on that. And this first phase introduces the original Avengers. We had Captain America, we also had Thor, we also got the Incredible Hulk in his own movie, Bucky Barnes as well. And in Iron Man 2, we got to see Natasha Romanoff, who plays Black Widow in the movies, of course played by Scarlett Johansson. Now in Thor's movie, we got to see Hawkeye, who played by Jeremy Renner. So we got all the Avengers assembled, and in the first Avengers movie, they go up against Loki. And well, the Mad Titan Thanos is actually the one pulling the strings in the background. Now we get phase 2. Phase 2 basically focuses on the character arcs, each individual character and their own little villains here and there, right? Iron Man 3 kicks things off with a Mandarin, who's going to be an actor for some reason, which is not bad, but okay. We also got Thor in Thor The Dark World. So Thor loses his mom in this movie, and then we also got to see Loki die, but not really, but then come back to life and then take over Asgard, where he takes the persona of Odin. And he's basically duping everybody at Asgard. This phase also introduces the Guardians of the Galaxy, which are one of the most incredible franchises of the MCU completely. Because, well, they're awesome. The music is great, the direction is awesome, and the writing is first class. James Gunn, thank you so much for this wonderful treat to the eyes. They're a bunch of ne'er-do-wells, and they just end up teaming together and saving the galaxy from Ronin. This is when Gamora, who's actually Thanos' daughter, splits ways from her father and rebels against him. In Age of Ultron, we also got to see Sokovia, where Scarlet Witch and Pietro Maximoff, or Quicksilver, are originally from. And in this movie, Quicksilver dies, spoiler alert, and Scarlet Witch is part of the Avengers team now. But because of all this, the Sokovia Accords are a huge deal in the MCU moving forward. At the end of this movie, we see Hulk vanish off into thin air with the Quinjet, and we only get to see him in Thor 3. We wrap up phase 2 with the introduction of Ant-Man, and now we have the original Avengers from the comics. And well, Ant-Man fights Yellow Jacket and of course wins. Now phase 3 is one of the longest phases of the MCU. Let's get to it. First we see Doctor Strange, who can, well, he's a surgeon who can do magic, and he's Doctor Strange, and that's his real name, by the way. Dr. Stephen Strange. In Captain America 3 Civil War, we get to see a bunch of different characters come back into this movie. So it's like an Avengers 3, but not really. This movie surrounds the whole controversy where the superhero should be answerable to world governments, and this tears the Avengers apart. Ant-Man, Captain America, Bucky Barnes, as well as Falcon and Scarlet Witch, they all team up against Iron Man and his group, which consists of, well, Vision, War Machine, Spider-Man, and Black Widow as well. But Black Widow just teams at the end of the day, so I don't know. At the end of this movie, Captain America kind of wins, but not really. But Iron Man definitely loses in this movie. He loses Steve Rogers as a friend, as well as a teammate and a colleague. But this basically pushes Captain America and his teammates underground, or hiding, or they get captured. And well, this leads directly into Thor 3, which is Ragnarok. And we finally see Hulk back in Thor 3. Now in Thor 3, they fight Hela, the goddess of death, or Thor's sister. And once they defeat her, they also destroy Asgard at the same time. But they're suddenly surrounded by Thanos. And this is when one of the best MCU movies of all time, in my opinion, comes up, which is Avengers Infinity War. Unfortunately, all the Avengers I mentioned above, they all fight against Thanos, but he's way too strong for them. Him and his Infinity Stones completely take care of the Avengers like this, and he snaps and, well, half the universe is extinguished. He does this because he wants to bring balance. He should have just given more food to people instead of doing that. He had to kill everybody else. Priorities, bro. Well, once this movie ends, we go back to the 1990s, where Captain Marvel comes into the picture. Well, we get to finally understand why Nick Fury presses that deeper, that old pager that he has. So this movie ends, and this leads directly into Avengers 4, where it's Avengers Endgame, and there's a huge time jump now. They've lost everybody. They lost Peter Parker. They lost half the Avengers at least. This is the culmination of, the whole Infinity Saga. It ends here because it's just the last time we're going to see RDJ as Iron Man, and this was one of the most heartbreaking scenes of all time. When he dies, I cried. I'm pretty sure you cried too. But this phase wraps up with Spider-Man in Far From Home, where he travels to Europe and he fights Mysterio, and this is the last time we'll see Jake Gyllenhaal in this role. Well, at the end of this movie, Peter Parker's identity is revealed to the entire world, and this sets up the next phase of the MCU, which is a multiversal saga. Phase 4 is finally here. Let's check out what happens. Here are the new TV shows and new characters that you have to watch out for. Yelena, who is Black Widow's sister, Shang-Chi, who is played by Simu Lee, Harry Styles' Eros, which we haven't seen yet. The Eternals are also introduced into the MCU at this moment. We also got Moon Knight with his own new TV show, Moon Knight, which was absolutely fantastic America Chavez making her debut in Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. Now, in the TV show Loki, we get to see one of the most terrifying characters of all time, which is He Who Remains, or Jonathan Majors, who is kind of cancelled at the moment. So basically, we get to see the person who's been behind everything in the MCU so far. As he says, right? You walked the road, I paved the road. You said the lines, I wrote the lines for you. And he is terrifying. He's Kang the Conqueror, who's a time-traveling maniac. He was trying to keep the entire multiverse in check because if they branch out, well, it's going to be disastrous. But we don't get to see him until Loki Season 2. And the end of Loki Season 2 is something I won't spoil for you. Please go watch it. And you'll get to see how the timeline has been restored or not. Then another multiversal news, in Spider-Man No Way Home, we got to see both Spider-Men from the previous movies come to this movie, which is Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield making their appearance in this Spider-Man movie, which was just a treat for all of us who grew up watching Tobey Maguire on screen. It was just so nice to see the original Spider-Man, for me at least, on screen, and that was a great movie. It solidifies the whole multiversal aspect the MCU is taking forward. But at the end of this movie, Peter Parker is forgotten by everybody. Aunt May is not there, Mary Jane doesn't remember him, and he's just alone in his small little room. But here's the thing about the MCU that you have to remember so far, right? Most of the new characters are introduced in the post-credit scenes of their TV shows and movies as well. So please stay at the end to catch these small little glimpses of new things to come. Phase 5 starts off with Loki Season 2, and of course it ends beautifully, and it explains a whole lot that's happening in the MCU at the moment. We also got to see Marvels, which is a great movie, but the main aspect of this movie, which is the introduction of the X-Men, Kelsey Grammer's Beast character, which was awesome to see him there in his full glory. That means more X-Men will be coming your way. Phase 5 also has Ant-Man and the Wasp in Quantumania, which was a decent-ish movie, but because of Jonathan Majors, everything just looks kind of sour now, and nobody will be watching these movies anymore. I don't know. I hope people watch it and just like, hey, yeah, just for the storyline. But it really doesn't contribute anything to the storyline in particular. They just kill one character, one Kang variant. They show infinite numbers of Kang variants. But Loki Season 2 explains a whole lot more as well, and how Kang, his role in the entire MCU. Guardians of the Galaxy, which was a treat to the ear, is the last time we're going to see all of these characters. Except for Peter Quill. He'll return sometime soon, I'm guessing. And currently, we also got What If that dropped in December of 2023, and now we're in the middle of Echo. What are your favorite TV shows and favorite moments from the MCU? Hit us up on the comments below and let us know. And of course, for more content, please subscribe and like and share our page, which is at 94.3 Radio International. My name is Lee. Follow me on my socials as well, which is right here. And I'll catch you later. Take care. Bye-bye.